The telegram arrived at 6:55 p.m. in the pouring rain. Its message was brief but clear. Delayed by weather, but we'll be there at 8 for our date at the Coliseum Theatre. This was February 1935, an age of gentler courtesies, and this was the beginning of a loving romance that was to blossom and last for more than 60 years. My father had been attracted to my mother from his first sighting of her at Binstocks, where they both worked, and who could blame him? She was vivacious, beautiful, and full of fun. Born in 1916, she lived in London's East End with her parents, Isaac and Irene Jacobs, and her twin sisters, Lily and Maisie. With her dark brown hair and hazel eyes, she had a wonderful sense of style and colour, and she and her friends were fashionistas from the very start. They became engaged in 1938 and were married on May 5th, 1940 at the East London Synagogue. The reception was held in La Bohème Ballrooms. However, this was the time of the Second World War, and on July 8, 1939, my father had been conscripted into the Pioneer Corps of the British Army. In late 1943, he embarked from New Haven to Normandy. My mother continued working as a milliner and then went to work in a factory making parts for aeroplanes. In Germany, her grandmother and other members of her mother's family were caught up in the horrors of the Holocaust. My father's family were from Przeździerz in Poland, and their 60 members of the Zielinski family perished in the Holocaust. I was born in August 1944 as the war was drawing to an end. My father celebrated my birth with fiery liquid in an army camp in Rouen in France. He was demobilized in March 1946, and my mother is rumoured to have threatened him with a rolling pin when on his return he uttered the now infamous words, "Come to Uncle." 5 years later, in June 1949, with the birth of my sister Avril, our little family was complete. The next few years rushed by. We moved to our home in Sharon Gardens. Dad started work at McAlpines, while my mum was a hard-working housewife, lovingly raising her family. We had wonderful fun holidays by the sea and had happy times with our grandparents, aunts, uncles and cousins. The years passed. Avril and I went off to university, and suddenly we were all grown up and off to explore new horizons. Then Avril married Bob, a New Yorker. And they moved to San Francisco, and now there was an excuse to travel and have fun with the grandchildren, Daniel and Thomas. Mum, who loved to explore new places, prodded my dad to sample some exotic climes: Madeira, Israel, Italy, south of France and Hawaii. They celebrated their 60th wedding anniversary in Paris. On that special occasion of their diamond wedding anniversary, on the 5th of May 2000, they received a message of congratulations from Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. Back in London, they had many friends and social activities at the Hackney and East London Synagogue, affectionately known as Brenthouse Road Shul. But a new challenge had emerged as they entered their 80s. They were going to move to California to be near the family, the grandchildren, and now the great-grandchildren, little Daniel and Jacob. Sadly, my father did not live long enough for them to make the journey together. Not daunted, 2 years later, in May 2005, at the age of 89, my mum Ivy got on a plane to start a new episode in her life in California. At an age when many seniors are content to stay put, she involved herself in a range of outings and new experiences with her family. included, at the age of 92, climbing aboard a submarine off the coast of Hawaii with her great-grandson Daniel. In January 2010, she flew to Miami to enjoy a Western Caribbean cruise with family and friends and great-grandson Jacob. She summed up the trip with the words,
"And a good time was had by all."
my lovely mum Ivy, who I'll always miss.